Hello everyone, my name is Freeman and this is Freeman's Money, and today we are going to be talking about a massive wealth killer, something that can bring you back years of your financial growth. First of all, if you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. But let's get into this massive wealth killer. Um, it involves real estate, and it involves when people try to save money when they should spend money. And usually I don't advocate for spending money, but you gotta do your research, you gotta do your homework, and you should trust the people that are professionals in the industry where you're trying to make some money. So let me walk you down a little story. I own this house, but let's say I was the previous owner, and I'm just not. Oh, I've lived here for a few years. I've put in money. I've paid off the majority of my mortgage. I want to upgrade to a bigger house, or I want to move out of town. But I don't like the idea of paying for real estate agents. Paying for the buyer and seller's real estate agent, that can be 5% of your total cost, or 5% of the selling price of the house. So I don't want to pay for that, but I also don't know any other real ways of selling my house other than doing it myself, but that seems stressful. And then lo and behold, I get a letter in the mail. It says, hey, we will happily buy your house, no real estate agents involved. We'll just come by and give you an assessment, and we'll buy your house from you. So they come into this house here, and then they're looking around, and they give you a value of, they'll pay $168,000 for this house. And you think, hey, that's a great deal. I don't have that much on my mortgage. I can go and I can get into these other properties. Sounds great. I'll take the deal. Now, what those guys do is they buy the house from you. Maybe they do a little bit, change the paint color, add some carpet. Nothing major. Nothing major at all. They turn around and then they sell it. And then some guy comes and they pays a lot more because they were willing to go out into the market, use real estate agents, and sell it themselves. So the reason I know this story is true is because being a mortgage agent, I have access to public information, but it's neatly organized for me, and it can be with you too if you buy the right programs. But being a mortgage agent, I have access to those programs, and I can see what houses are bought and sold at, and the history of the house. So when I bought this house, I wanted to see what kind of history it has. So as you guys know, I bought this house in 2020, last year. But I looked at the history of it, and this house was sold in 2019, December, and it sold for $168,000. It was then sold January 10th, so 1 month later on, for $225,000. That is over a $50,000 difference in prices, and it was a 1 month difference. Now, when I came into this house, I didn't notice anything else was new. I also first viewed this house in December, so they probably had this house for maybe a few days. When I talked to my neighbors after I bought the house, they said that the neighbors moved out a month ago, and then they saw some people come in, but it didn't look like they had any equipment. So they probably just came around, maybe added some carpet through the back. That's all. And then they sold it for $50,000 more. That's how those people who come around offering to buy your house make money, because they offer you under market value, then they take it to market, sell it for market value, and they keep the difference. And they're still paying real estate fees and all this stuff. But imagine you're the couple that sold your house to these guys in the first place. You put time in this house. You had spent years here. It was your family home. Now you want to move on to something better, but you don't want to pay that 5% fee. So you got $168,000. You paid some loyal fees. You're free and clear. But if you decided to pay 5% real estate fees, you could have sold it for $225,000 to this guy right here, and your 5% fees would be just over $10,000. Instead, you lost $50,000 worth of your wealth because you didn't want to spend a little money in the market. Now, if you're friends with real estate agents, they appraise the value of the house, they tell you what it's worth, they tell you what the market is, and then you have a confident buyer that wants to buy it off the books, that's a different story. If you've done your market research and you know what it's worth, and that's the price they're offering you, that's a different story. But you need to put the time and effort in. Otherwise, you're going to be the guy who missed out on $50,000. And a lot of people work for an entire year just to make 50 grand. You don't want to leave that line on the table just because you took a little bit of a shortcut or you didn't want to spend money on somebody else's services. Now, that's a giant wealth killer, in my opinion. Let me know if you have a different opinion. But if you like the video, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys here next time.